Buongiorno, good morning, good afternoon, you decide. Today, I want to share with you a very recent scientific paper that I believe is important for everyone who uses Bravo. Recently, in January 2026, a research group published a study in the journal Nutritional Neuroscience. They used a special mouse model that develops a spontaneous intestinal inflammation, very similar to what we see in many people with gut problems. These animals lack a key anti-inflammatory molecule called interleukin-10. The researchers gave half of these animals regular milk kefir. After the treatment, they looked at both the gut and the brain. What they found is remarkably clear. First, the gut looked much healthier. The tissue architecture improved significantly. Second, in the brain itself, they measured higher levels of short-chain fatty acids, those beneficial compounds that our good bacteria produce. These molecules are known to support brain function and to calm inflammation. Third, markers of oxidative stress in the brain went down. In simple terms, there was less oxidation, you could say rusting, of the brain tissue. Fourth, a protein that helps keep the blood-brain barrier tight, it is called occludin, increased. This means the protective barrier between the blood and the brain became stronger. In other words, a fermented milk product was able to improve both the gut and the brain at the same time. This is exactly what we call a psychobiotic effect, a beneficial influence on the mind and the brain that starts in the gut. Now, why does this matter for Bravo? Bravo contains the complete living microbial spectrum of traditional kefir, the same family of microbes that produce those results, plus the additional power of fermented colostrum and GCMF activity. So when the science shows that kefir can protect the gut barrier, raise beneficial brain metabolites, reduce oxidative stress, and support the blood-brain barrier, it directly supports what many of you have already experienced with Bravo: better digestion, better energy, clearer thinking, and a greater sense of well-being. Of course, this study does not replace the clinical experience, but it adds a solid piece of very recent scientific evidence that the living microbial community we use every day is capable of talking to both the gut and the brain in a constructive way. This is why I continue to recommend Bravo with confidence, not only for the gut, but for the gut-brain connection that influences how we feel and how we function every day. Thank you for listening. Send me an email and I shall be happy to answer any question.